Hey guys, welcome to Dre's Kitchen where we're open 247-365 and nothing screams Saturday morning like homemade pancakes, so we're going to start with it. First you got to do a half stick butter. Let's go ahead and get this melted. We're just going to put it in about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. We've already had it softened. We're going to start with a cup of flour. This is the dry ingredients. Heat the pan. Pan's already heating. Got it on medium high heat just to get the pan hot. Always like to use cast iron. So we got a cup of flour, cup of baking soda, cup of baking powder, or I'm sorry, a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to take just a regular egg, just pop it in a bowl. We're going to separate the yolk from the white. We're going to put the yolk in with the butter and leave the egg white on the side. We're going to whip that later. It adds to the texture to the pancake. We're also going to add in about a teaspoon of salt to our dry mix. The dry mix in one of the bowls, you're going to mix all the dry ingredients together. Make sure those are nice and combined. Now we're going to come over to the egg white. Just with this, you're going to whip it for about 20 seconds. Incorporate some of the air in there. It also adds to the pancake's texture, which is pretty important, especially when it comes to pancakes. Crispy, light, and fluffy is what we're looking for. So you see how we're kind of getting some bubbles inside that? That's what we're looking for. The faster you whip it, the faster those bubbles get in there. It's going to be about 20 seconds. Alright, now we're jumping back over to the wet mixture after we whip up those egg whites. We're going to add in about a little bit less than a cup of buttermilk. Make sure you get most of that in there. We're going to start with a half cup of water. If we need more, we'll tell by the texture to see if we need more or not. Go ahead and mix those all together. Now we're going to add in our dry ingredients. Mix these in together. Mix that around. You want it to have clumps, you don't want to over mix it. The clumps add to the texture to it. And we're going to be making chocolate chip pancakes. So we got 2 kinds of chocolate. We got dark chocolate and semi-sweet. Pans, it looks like it's getting to smoke point. Let's go ahead and add in just about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Let that coat the pan evenly. And we're going to put in the whipped egg whites. Make sure all those get in there. Mix that around. I like mine a little bit thinner, so we're going to add a little more water to it. Should be able to run off the fork. You see how it kind of clumps off? We still need some more water to that. That's what you're looking for. You see how it kind of runs off the fork instead of clumps off? You still want it like a pour. That's exactly what we need. Make sure the pan's evenly coated. Got a little bit high smoke. We want to get that sear on the pancake, so we're going to turn it down just a tad and go ahead and pour it right on there. I like to make mine pretty big. You can make them small, big, medium. I make mine huge. I like to cook the whole pan. We're going to use a little bit of semi-sweet, and we're going to use dark. Here's some of the dark. You can use smaller chips. I prefer to use smaller chips because they don't burn as easy when the pan gets really hot. When you use big chips, they do sometimes burn, so you got to be careful and watch the pancake. We got a nice crust going on. You can see on the edges they start getting kind of dry. So now this is time to flip this sucker. This is the messy part. This is usually why people prefer to make the smaller ones. Make sure every side is lifted up and give it a nice flip. Got a little drop on the ground, but we did an okay job. This is just regular granulated sugar. We're just going to put a little bit on top of there. It gives it a nice crust to it, and the sugar kind of caramelizes on top of the pancake. So we've got fruit on the side. We'll go ahead and grab the other plate. Just pop it on this one. And looks like we're ready to pull it off. The other side cooks a lot quicker. This one cooks for like half the time. Make sure to be watching it closely because those chips, remember, those are on there, so you're going to have to turn down the heat after you flip it. I'm going to pop that pancake right on here. Top it with some fresh fruit. You can do some fresh maple syrup, or you can even do just the Aunt Jemima style. We're going to do a recipe for some fresh syrup, but it would add to a long video, and no one likes long videos. You got that, and you can top it with some powdered sugar. Makes it look nice for presentation. And Saturday morning pancakes, guys. Enjoy.